Okay, let's go.
Right guys, welcome back to the channel. Letlooseontoys here, aka Lee or Gazer. Anyway guys, just thought I'd get into this video straight away. Again, there is no pickup video to this. This is part 2 to part 1 of the holiday pickup. So as you see from my last videos, there weren't loads, but there were some cool bits, which I don't mind. So obviously it does help if you can get loads, but if you don't, it ain't gonna be consistent. Just one item can do well, and at the moment, even though it seems like I don't pick up loads, I always manage to find that one odd item or couple of odd items that are spectacular. So I'm happy with how it's going at the minute. Charity shops have been a bit scarce for me anyway. I've not been backlogging loads of stuff neither, and getting ready for like the winter when all the boot sales are shut and that's not my plan. If it comes to it, I'll just be sitting on Vinted. I will pop to charity shops or if anything pops up, but I will be on the lookout on eBay, Vinted and marketplaces and Facebook and all that to buy other stuff, toy stuff mainly, to stock up ready for the toy shows and things like that. So that's where my main thing at the minute. That's my Vinted and eBay. I've not been posting much on there at the moment. I've not really been hitting much sales on it, but I think that's because I'm keeping all the cream for my toy shows. Maybe after Christmas I will start to venture a little bit different. I'm going to work it all out. Maybe I'll put little bundles on Vinted or eBay, the ones that don't really sell as good at the toy stalls, because I've noticed I can make a little bit more money by doing it on Vinted and eBay, certain figures and certain toys and stuff like that, more than what I'd get at toy shows. So that'll be my aim after Christmas. But anyway, I'm going to get into this. So this is part 2 of the holiday find. You see part 1 from the little boot sale and a couple of charity shops. Now, it was our last day, and I said to the missus, can we hit up 2 boot sales? The late riser, and there was another one, I forgot what it's called now, but can we hit them both up? We've got to be at the caravan early, and she was cool with that, so we did. So we got to the late riser, and had a look around there. There was a lot more stalls there than what there was the weekend before. It was a little bit more packed as well. Even though we got up earlier this time to get in early, somehow we still got there, not as late as before, but a little bit late. But then I realised when I got there, it opens up a lot earlier than what I thought it did anyway. So yeah, I was an hour and a half late. So I was like, oh man, I bet I've missed everything. It did start off very, very slow, and I was like, I'm not feeling it. Anyway, I'll show you what I managed to get. So on one stall, I managed to pick up a Pokemon and Pearl annual. It's 2009, but it's a nice thick annual. Oh, and I forgot all about them. Nice big thick annual, no drawings in them, like usually when you find a book there's drawings and scribbles, but lovely artwork in this book. Like I said, nice and thick, nice front cover Pokemon, 50p. She also had this on there, which is from the 95, 96, 98 Nintendo Pokemon. It's still got the scanner price thing on when you scan it thingy. Lovely little front on the front there, Pikachu and Ash. Opens out, it's like a little wallet or bus pass thing. But 50p, can't go wrong for that. I reckon I'll get a £5 on that. Maybe chuck the book in, or £10 for the pair. I don't know, something. or £8. But yeah, that was a lovely little find, especially that vintage. That's lovely. So that was cushy. Managed to get that. And then walked around. Nothing was popping up. And then we stopped off at the pin and badges stall. And the missus loves a pin badge, which so do I. So managed to get these off the lady. So we've got a Slimer one to go on the backpack. I've got tons. I need to put them on. Little Slimer. Skeletor there with a cat. My favourite. Inspector Gadget. And then Stay Puff. So I think they were like £1 each. I think maybe that was £1.50, slightly bigger, the Inspector Gadget one. But this lady, we picked up some off her last weekend as well and said we'll be back. Mrs. got loads last weekend and this weekend. She's done us a great deal. And to be fair, for what we picked these up, it's cheaper than buying on Vinted, because people want, I don't know, at least maybe £4 to £5 on badges sometimes on there. And time you get the post, it's a killer. So yeah, I was happy with those. And I noticed she had all that. She had all, what are they called? Oh, I can't remember now. She had all sorts of little bits on there, and I noticed these on there, and I thought, oh, they look kind of cool, so I grabbed them. They're only £1 each. Little like Tomato Man figure, and then this is like, I don't know, like a bear. He's got some slippers on, but you can't really see the packet. It's got a fish head and things like that. They're just cool to me, so I managed to grab them. So happy days with them. And then then off another stall, I managed to pick these up. So it's miniature Starscream. These I think were £1 in Poundland anyway. She charged me £1 for it. I'm a bit gutted about the packaging. You can pick these up fairly cheap, but I've got that for my little bro. Luke, that's for you. So I've spoiled your surprise. But anyway, yeah. And then on another stall, I noticed this. Optimus Prime. I think she had it up for £5 or £6. I think I got it for £4. So that ain't too bad. I ain't got the inserts in there, but it's lovely. It's like brand new, so I had to pick that up. Couldn't leave that behind for £4. Then on another stall, got drawn in, and afterwards going through them all, I was a bit like, oh. Because I do love, like I said, a pin badge or an old vintage badge. And I picked up, I spent £8. They were £8 a bag, so I got 8 bags worth. Yeah, and I've gone through them, and there is a couple like that I will look at there. You got like Postman Pat in there, Mr. Man. I don't know if you remember, you got the fire and rescue service with the red elephant guy. I don't know if you can remember that. It used to go around the schools. That's in there. There's Wimpy ones. You've got Rainbow, you've got Fred Flintstone, you've got the museums, you've got Bingo, you've got a lot of landmark places in there. Oh, you've got the shoe people. There's one of them. What else we got in there? Yeah, Mr. Man, Christmas one, Wimpy, Rainbow. You got the Happy Eater one, I think it is. Oh, Mr. Eats, Yum Yum. Bunnykins. What else is there? Yeah, there's animal ones. Yeah, there's British Museum. Wimpy, Badgers. There's a few homemade ones in there. So you've got more Mr. Men in this one. The Never Club. I Love Xmas. You've got Sylvester. The Children's Channel. You got Pizza Hut in there as well. Yeah, so there's loads in there. I'm going to nick a few out, and then I'm just going to... Yeah, there's the wimpy one there. There's 2 wimpies in here. I'm only going to keep one of them. This one is Mr. Wimpy India. So I'm just going to nick out the ones I want, and then the rest I'm just going to bundle up and try and get my money back on them, basically. I've got another bundle of badges somewhere, so I'll chuck them in with it as well. And then what caught my eye as well, like I said, it was good. It was very slow at first, and then a bit slowly come. So I picked this up at the very beginning. I should have showed this at the very beginning of the video, really. So when I see this and pick this up, I thought, it's going to be a brilliant day. After that, that's when it sort of slowed down, and it was little bits like what I've just showed you. But I noticed this on the floor, and straight away I knew it was G.I. Joe, and I knew it's one of the harder vehicles to get. It's quite rare, especially to get complete. This is not complete, as you can see. It's missing its front shield here. It's missing some covers here, some covers there, a couple of covers here. I think some bombs and stuff like that. But it's still a pretty cool piece to see at the boot sale. It's missing one wheel cover. But what I like about this, you pull this out, and it's got its legs, all its wheels, and it still works. It did still work. I just get a bit trapped going back in. So yeah, see that first thing? Asked the guy how much. He said £1. So I weren't leaving that behind for £1. Someone will either buy that for spares or repairs, or just want it. A bit like how I felt when I see it. I have looked up to buy accessories for it. Oh, so what's that for there then? Okay. Okay, so that's what that other slider might be that fell off. Right, yeah. As I said, I've looked up the parts for it. If it's complete, it's quite an expensive item. I've looked up all the accessories, and I can find a few of them. Tallies up to about 100 quid just buying a few of the parts. So I don't know if I'm going to fix him up and then try and get him as complete as I can and then sell it, or just sell it as it is. So that was that. And then on another stall, walking along. Oh, he had a Manta Force as well. But it was missing a few bits. But for £1, I should have picked it up. I didn't. I regretted afterwards. But I noticed these 2 big wrestlers on. It was a house clearance stall. I think he charged me £4 each for these, maybe. Can't really remember. But you got Batista and you've got Rey Mysterio. These are pretty. I think they're pretty cool. I've sold Rey Mysterio ones before. I've got a couple of others that ain't sold yet. But for £4 each or £3 each, it's worth picking up. But I grabbed these to make the deal a bit sweeter, because he had, like I said, it was a house clearance, and he had a few other little bits there. And yeah, I thought I'm just going to grab these. So. What else is it? I think it was that and that as well. Open that. Yeah, so nothing great and out of this world, but managed to pick this up, and I forgot his name. Oh, mate, I've got to start remembering their names. But it's to a Master of the Universe vintage He-Man figure. The geezer who looks a bit like a cowboy. He's got the guns on his legs that come out, I think, on his arms, and this is his backpack. So a good little accessory. That's why I always check. You've always got to check the house clearance, people, because you can find some right gems in there, and half of them don't know what they're selling. So there was that. This was the same guy with the wrestlers, so an elephant, but nothing special. I just love elephants. So, and the little one was like, "Oh, get yourself the elephant." So I grabbed myself the elephant. There was this which I'm not sure. Obviously, it's vintage. I'm not sure who that goes to. I'm not sure it's like to a knockoff sort of figure, like maybe a knockoff E-Man or something. A little talking Darth Vader. It did work. The buttons are gone. Little key ring. I think all this lot eventually cost me about £8. I'll show that one after. Doctor Who figures I don't pick up, but it was in the box, and I thought I'll just pick it up. Makes the bundle sweeter. Robin Hood, Kevin Costner figure. I do need to start getting into these. I want to get a couple of these complete. A little Stormtrooper miniature toy figure thing. And then Christian Bale from Batman Begins, I believe. I think this is when he goes off training in the hillsides and that. So yeah, all that. And then this car, I see it and I was like, nah, yeah, should I grab that? And it just reminded me of World Warriors, that sort of style. Like I said, it's nothing special. There's only dates on it. 97 GTI. There's some numbers stamped on it. So it's 97, so it's vintage. And like I said, it just reminded me of World Warriors, Jason and the World Warriors. And then it's got that. Do you know what I mean? How cool is that? There's like a big brain bit on here. So yeah, that'll be a keeper. And that was that on that one, guys. And then walking around, we then what was it? That one. Right, and then walking around on another house clearance stall. I am going to start picking up more of these because I do see a lot of them, but they're usually they're always battered. This one's a bit battered, but I couldn't leave it behind. So I noticed that on there. So it's the Corgi Batman. Batmobile Batman Corgi. I can't see the date, but this is the vintage one. And yeah, so like I said, the paint job is mash up. All the glass sections bit mash up, bit missing there. Two little figures missing. Didn't realise there's actually a bit of a chair, bit inside missing. It's still got its little mechanism thing with this thing at the front. It does stay in, and then you press the button for it to pop out. Well, it was working, but yeah. And you've got the little thing here that moves these tubey, I'd say like exhaust pipes. Yeah, that button was what it keeps it gets stuck now and again. And it's got the toe knife. But the thing with this one that makes it rarer and harder to get, if you can see, it's the red wheeled one. And that's the reason why I didn't leave it behind. Like I said, it's not the greatest condition. I do see a lot of these out and they are busted up. Some even I've seen in worse condition than this, but I don't usually pick them up because it's a standard black one. But the red wheels ones, I was like, for £1, I'm grabbing that. I don't care what condition that is in. Now, if this was out of the box, half decent, that can go for about £175. In the box, mint, never come out of the box, you're looking at about £300, maybe more. It's very, very rare to find with the red wheels. So I was happy to get that for £1. She also had this one on there, which I think's a newer release. It doesn't say a date on it, but it's pretty mint. So I'm gathering that's a newer release one, but still cool to have. That was 50p. So then who was it next? So was that? What am I missing? So let me work this out. Oh, maybe I've either lost bits or I've put it somewhere else. I'm sure I picked up 2 figures off this guy. So I've had this before. I've had this in my collection as well. It's the Ironmonger Iron Man, the movie release one they done for Toy Biz. which is pretty cool figure. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, it's a pretty cool figure. It's got a lot of detail on it. All the articulations there. It's as good as the newer Marvel Legends ones, to be fair. That leg's looking a little bit bent. I'll have to sort that out in a bit of hot water. But yeah, great detail. Just needs like a black wash really to settle all them off. But that was a pound. And I'm sure I did pick up another figure off him. I can't remember what. Right, so we'll get to the next stall. So that was that, and then we was walking around. Started to get a bit dead, and then I was like, I got to go wee again. I'm really bad of a morning for going to the toilet, and I suppose that's why I miss out on certain things as well, because I'm always peeing. But then all of a sudden, again, the missus, babe, look, babe. Which I told her, babe, don't be lad, because that shows that I'm interested, that I might want it, and then they can put the prices up, and got to play dumb, like I do. So, so she said it, and I've turned to the stall, and literally, it was like, I was in heaven. Oh, I'm telling you now, it just, the ray of light shone on the stall like a beam, and it lit it up. It was either that or my eyes just went boom. Like, it was amazing. Like, you couldn't ask for... It was like being at a miniature toy fair. This geezer had bundles of toys, which I got talking to him. He does do toy fairs. So he had loads there, and he said to me, he went, this is nothing. He said, I've got like 2 containers full of all this. I do NEC, I do this, I do that. I forgot, he said he's I'll have to check on me receipt, on me card. Tooth something he's called on eBay, but he ain't got no Instagram or nothing like that. But anyway, so I clocked a few bits like what I do out the corner of my eye. I play dumb, like I ain't noticed them, or yeah. So I just went straight into the figure boxes first of all. Started picking a few of the figures out and whatever, and then they had little labels on them, and I started to notice the prices. And I was like, oh no. All that light up, all that, all happiness, all that joy, all that child memories coming back, flashback. The sky is opening up, the light beaming down, feel like I'm in heaven. It just sunk, because I was like, oh, these are eBay and these are toy store prices. Jeez. I'm going through some of the figures. I did pick a few up, and then I was like, can't be paying that for that. It's missing this. It's missing that. Do you know what I mean? Like, and a lot of them, like, they weren't figures where I could go, I don't know if it's missing that. I'll pick that up. That's still worth 30 quid. Or it weren't a figure that I'd go, oh, I love that. I had that. I'm going to stick it on my shelf. So I was like, and then he was like, I can do you. Yeah, so I was noticing like 8s and 10s for the figures, but I'm sure he said, did he say 3 for 5 or something like that? Yeah, I think he did. Which I did pick out 3. I think I put 1 back in the end. There was loads. He had Toy Biz, Marvel, Batman, Power Rangers, some Transformer bits, some other bits. Transformer stuff was a bit newer and not my kind of, not the newest, but just like the baby way they transfer. Yeah, just not my thing. But then obviously because I clocked the other stuff but played dumb, I only give it a little bit of time in the box. So I thought if someone else comes along, they're gonna, you know what I mean? They're gonna grab them up. So I weren't in the boxes like I should have been. Maybe I should have, after I'd grabbed the bits I wanted, or maybe I've gone back there for a second run. You just don't think your mind's scrambled at that top point, because you're like, I've got to get the bits I'm seeing, but I can't let him know. So I've got to play dumb to get them. So anyway, I grabbed this. So this is, I stopped digging boxes because people did start to come over. I've always wanted it to go with my Thundercats, full of miniature figures, vintage, lovely. What year is this on? Yeah, 86, I thought so, yeah. So, company by Wolf. Just absolutely love it. Very rare to see that badge in there still. A lot of them are missing that. A lot of them, the conditions are a bit battered. Stickers terrible, but the front of this, even the door sticker, it's got a little bit of it on it, but nothing major. Grabbed that. I didn't realise till when I got home and that it is missing bits on the back, bit broken, but I don't care. It's going to be displayed for what I paid for it. I'm very happy for it. So obviously that sticker's a little bit worn, but I can always replace. Sorry, I can always replace that sticker. It is missing the cage bit that goes here. Maybe I'll see if I can buy the parts to put in there. If not, I'll make one out of plastic and put it in myself. Same with the lift. If I can't find a replacement lift, I will just make a part up and have it on there and repair it myself. As I said, this is a keeper. This is for me, so this is going straight on my shelf. So yeah, and a great price for that as well. So love that. Not only did he have that, he also had something else I have been banging on and banging on at Kevin for every time I go to the London toy shop, which he did say he would have sorted me out a deal. But I always end up going there and I'm buying off other stores and I'm buying different stuff from Kevin. But I managed to get this, and I've missed it a few times, but Kevin has got it. But it's the belt. It is the Thundercats belt, and yet again at another good price. Can't really see that on there, but 30 quid. That was 30 for the Thundercats layer as well. Yeah, it's missing the little door. That's where you put all your accessories and weapons. It's got 2 of the sponges. I'm sure there was 3. Maybe I've dropped one somewhere. They should all have sponges in. But again, I'm not too fussed about that. I can always go and get some sponges and put them in there. And that's so you can rest the miniature figures in. So I am over the moon with that. So happy. Also, tends to sometimes the odd ones of these are snapped. This has got every single one. The clip still works. Yeah, just yeah, happy days for that. Happy days. Also, I picked up this. Ain't the original. It'll do for now. I will be trying to get an original. If I can't get the original, I will buy the later release. I think it was by Trickle Treat Studios. John Shepherd has managed, I don't know how he's done it, but he's managed to grab about 4 or 5 of these, and he's done really well with them. He did offer me one. Unfortunately, I cannot accept the offer because I can get it for 50 quid. So I will be picking that up. But for now, Thundercats! Oh! Sorry guys, I had to do that. I actually did that at the boot sale in front of everyone as well. Because as you know, Thundercats is one of my main childhood memories, and the toys I had when I was younger just excited me. Just to see, I know it's like I said, it's not the original. It just excited me to see a Thundercat sword. And it was a bit of entertainment for everyone. They enjoyed me doing it. It's the only thing that, oh, right, anyway, I don't know. But anyway. So, you got this, you've got the eye, and you've got the tiger. Don't do this to me. There you go. Why is it on, when I'm on camera, nothing wants like this? This was pulling out perfectly fine. I was fucking about with it sorry about my language. I was messing about with it this morning. Why is it when you get on camera, something like don't work or mugs you off a bit, doesn't it? But, right, let's... Oh, and it lights up, bruv. Come on. Come on. If you ain't a Thundercats fan, you should be now if you're watching these videos. You don't get toys like this no more. No. Why do you think kids get stuck on computers and iPads and all this gaming crap? Because we don't get none of this. Oh, I love it. Absolutely love it. And I will be keeping this until maybe I get the original, and I still may keep it after that because I just love it. So that Also this, which I realised afterwards, this ain't vintage. It's for like, they've done a Thundercats 2001 series, which weren't the greatest. It was better than that new thing they tried to bring out. But yeah, I just picked it up. Yeah, what's the year on it? Let's see. Did it say there? No, it's, oh yeah, 2011. And I did notice when I walked away, it did have a whole big bag of figures and the layout for this. It just ain't my thing, and it doesn't sell very well. But I'll just sit that on the shelf. It'll look nice with the Thundercat stuff. So there was them. What else did I grab off of him? Oh right, so when I picked up the figures, like I said, he did have quite a few good figures there. Yeah, I think I got so excited with that. And then, I don't know what happened. I don't know. Because afterwards I was like to the missus, why didn't I go back to the store and have another, I didn't rummage through properly, like, or why didn't we do our second walk around, which we usually do? We didn't do it. I was kicking myself afterwards. But anyway, I picked them up. Reason why this will be going on my shelf, because this is one of the dinosaurs. Well, I had a few of the Jurassic Park dinosaurs when I was little and figures. But this was my main one, the Velociraptor. I've always been a big fan of the Velociraptor. So I'll be keeping that. And then he had, I think, is it Vinny? This one? Vinny Modern. Anyway, Vinny there with a weapon. So I grabbed him as well. This was all part of the deal with the Thundercats staff. I even thought I'd grab more of him, to be fair. Now thinking about it. I grabbed this. Yeah, I didn't realise how much it was actually missing. I lost one of these at the boot sale. Yeah, but yeah, it's missing quite a few bits off of it, really. And I didn't realise. But, again, to see it in the wild and get it in the deal that I got it with, I'll have to clean it up. Got it in the deal, so the bundle, the deal, it just makes it more lighter money-wise for me. Do you know what I mean? So, I also picked this up. Remember, these are, my son had this one when he was younger. So I think this is like when the movie come out, they started to bring a few of these out. This is G.I. Joe. It's got a figure in there as well. See, look, he had 35 on that. I didn't pay 35. No way, I would never paid 35 for it. I bought one of these before for a £5. I think I only got a tenner back on it. But yeah, this was in the bundle deal, so that. Then he had this one as well, which I thought I might as well grab. What do you have on that? That one he had 15 on it. I love this one. It's pretty cool. The back opens up. This opens up. It's like a snake. If you look, you got the. It's like a cobra. You got the teeth. It's got the snake skin. This headlight shoots out and stuff and does all that. It's like a cobra. So it's really cool. So yeah, got that in. Mama. Not the mama. Right, so I got that in the deal. Did I get anything else from him? Because right, let me work that out then. I'm sure I got more than that, because now thinking about it, I think I'll give him 75 quid for that lot. So that was the Thundercat has, the Thundercat belt, that little car, sword, 2 G.I. Joes, and the turtle thing and the 2 little figures. So 1 minute, say... Yeah, when I think about it, I might have paid up a little bit maybe on that. Was it more than 75? No, it was more than 75. It was more than 75. 60, 70. Yeah, I think he chucked in the 2 figures. I think I paid about 80, 85, maybe 90. Well, it doesn't matter. I still got some bits out of it I'm going to be keeping, so I'm happy with that. Right. I might as well finish off the rest of the holiday stuff. So we went to the other little boot sale afterwards, and this one is tiny as well. There weren't much going on. I just managed to snaggle some bits. So it's another old vintage. Now this is an old vintage one again, not the greatest condition. Little Batmobile. It's broke underneath. I'll try and make up some sort of plastic to keep the wheels sturdy. Put a bit of glue, but it's got the little Batman in it. 50p. And I picked this up. There was loads of cars. I don't really want to go down the line of start collecting all Hot Wheels, Matchbox and all cars, but I do like a lot of them because some of them, when you look at them from back in the day, they look kind of futuristic, the shapes and that of them, and I do like them ones, the shapes you wouldn't see a car similar to this. So I might start picking the odd ones up, but why this caught my eye again, red wheels. I love the red wheels, and it goes with the yellow. It's not only that, it's got some sort of cheetah leopard on it. And I love it. I absolutely adore this car. Nod Rod number 1. Made in England, 1971. Matchbox, yeah. I might start collecting a few. I've got to put some new shelves up. I've moved all the pictures over to one more in the 80s room. So, but then we walked around, and then there was a guy had loads of kids' toys. He must have been getting rid of all these kids' like toys and stuff. It was Teen Titan figures, wrestlers, Marvel, DC. There was tons of toys there, but again, thinking about it, I should have grabbed, because he had quite a lot of the DC multiverse and legends and stuff like that. I should have picked a bit, maybe a few more up, because I think it was, I think they were 150 each. Yeah, 150 each off 5 for a £5, I think. Can't really remember, but yeah, I should have picked up more. It was mainly DC, but I should have just picked them up. They could have been my little cheap bits in a box for when the kids are at the toy fairs. If not, like I said, they're the sort of bundles I can put together on Vinted and nick a couple of quid on top of them. So, but we got Flash, DC movie Flash. So I'm not a very big fan of the DC figures, to be fair. I've sort of, other than like Michael Keaton, Heath Ledger, Joker, Christian Bale, and then Batman, I did used to, when I was younger, be a big Batman and Superman fan. I've over the years, I've sort of fell out of love with it. I do, if I can get the odd Batman bit or Joker, I will do. I did have like a big Joker collection at one point, and just got rid of it. Yeah. Got rid of a lot of stuff I shouldn't have got rid of. Croc, I think this is the Builder figure from one of the 6 figures they bring out from the movie figures. So not a bad figure. Then you've got the Batman versus Superman one. So yeah, these are good ones because they've got all the full articulation. Tell me, do you bleed? Not good. Worst Batman, weren't he? What was his name? Ben Affleck. Then there's that one. I think even the suits will start getting silly, really. And then last but not least, my favourite of all is the Marvel Legends. The lighting's so poor. Daredevil. I have already got this on my shelf, but this goes for good money. Unfortunately, he's missing his sticks in his other hands, but I do have spare hands. I'm not sure I've got a spare pair of nunchuck sticks or his stick. I have got a spare unmastered, which I might throw in with it, but that can go for about 45 quid. So all cushy on that. Lovely pickup. I was actually thinking about keeping it, because sometimes I like to have double figure cuts, so I can have an unmasked head and a masked head, but I think I might possibly move this on. Yeah, because I've got a whole tray of Marvel Legends hands, heads and accessories. So I think that was it, guys. Let me just double check and have a little look see. Yeah, guys, that was... Oh, no. I'm a liar. So, another store which was fairly at the beginning. Yet again, I've started off wrong. I should have maybe told you this at the beginning. Let me just chuck this over there. I noticed they had a few toys there, and I noticed they had the Ghostbuster proton pack and gun, and I'm pretty sure I see it on Vinted. Now, proton pack, the stickers were just completely mashed, missing one strap. This strap was missing the clippy bits, so you can pull it tight, and it was just tied as a knot. The yellow string to have the gun attached wasn't there. The foam wasn't there, and the gun, well, I would say, oh, something like that you'd chuck, but I wouldn't have, so I understand. But the gun was broke, and it was wrapped up with black tape. They wanted 15 quid on that, and I just thought, at a push, I can't. £5, I'd get it, and maybe I'd try and tidy it up, put some new stickers on it, and just keep it. But they weren't budging. And then I noticed they had a Ghostbuster house. Ghostbuster house, a couple of Spider-Man cars, Spider-Man figures, nothing great though with them. They were Toy Biz. And then a turtle something, and then they were like, we had loads of turtle figures earlier and Ghostbuster figures, but they all sold. And I was like, for fudge's sake, Lee, this way, you've got to be quicker, bruv. But anyway, they had the Ghostbuster ass. I think they wanted 20 quid for it. And I said, can I have a look? So I went round the back of their stall to look, and I had a look at it. So obviously it's missing the doors. There was all stickers. I haven't finished cleaning it up yet, but this was covered in stickers. Stickers down the side, marker pen. Marker pen underneath. Same with the inside. All the stickers were like weird Max Steel wrestling stickers. So yeah, I've managed to peel them off, and I'm going to get all that backing off. I'm going to go and buy myself some lighter fluid. It did have this, and it did have the massive trap, just missing the little bit that goes on top of it. So that is with it. I think that's in the cellar still. All the rails on the top, and one there broke. All this side, I've started to clean up this side and get the stickers off. As you can see, there's still some marker pen on it. I don't have the light to catch that. No, you won't catch it. You can't see it on there at all. But there is still a bit of marker pen showing just here. But it was covered in marker pen. I've managed to get most of it off. But yeah, 25. And I left it. And then when we went, that was like the main stall near the entrance bit we come out of. So I just quickly ran around and said, look, would you take 8 quid? No. Yeah, I said, would you take 8 quid? And I got it for a tenner. They said they'll do a tenner. So I thought, I can't leave it again. I can't leave. Do you know what I mean? Some people go, Lee, you're mad. Why'd you keep buying all this broken stuff? Whether it's broke or not, if I get one and it's got no bits, there's certain bits I can nick off this now and use. Like these are expensive to buy. Like I tried to buy some bits on eBay a couple of nights ago for this, and it was the rails, the 2 doors, all the rails, the 2 doors, I think the trap things, and there was something else in it. It went for 50 quid in the end, and not being funny, a Ghostbuster house now, if it is complete out of the box, I do see them at 80 quids and whatever, but there's loads. They're not selling at 80s, but people would rather buy them boxed as well, in a good box. You might get about 80 or 100 quid. I don't know, 1.5. But I'm always thinking, no, if anything, I can get bits for it, make it better. And for a tenner, you can't go wrong. Do you know what I mean? And I like repairing things and cleaning them up. So to me, that's still a good buy. So that was it, guys. That was everything. Oh no, can't forget little Tommy. Found a little Tommy, so I picked him up. Old Tommy Pickles. But guys, that's it on that video. So that was the second boot sale in Clacton while we was away. Yeah, I spent up a little bit on both, like the first video if you watch with the turtle thing, and maybe spent up a little bit here with the boot sale off of the actual toy dealer man. But you don't see these bits very often. Some can go for higher price if they're in a little bit better condition or tidied up. So I'm happy. He was happy. I've got bits to go on my shelf. I've got bits to tidy up. I've got bits to keep me entertained. I've got bits I can sell on. So happy all round. And like I said, just the childhood memories, if anything. But guys, thank you for watching. If you don't mind, hit that like button. Even better if you could subscribe. It helps out. I see you keep coming back. Keep seeing your spine a little bit and having a little watch of the videos. I know sometimes I might get a bit boring, but if you hang around, the videos do get better, especially with the quality of stuff I find and show. Give you a bit of knowledge. So just hit that subscribe button. It costs nothing. It helps me out. Just gives you the notification. Ding! Let Loose is back on. And you can just watch me. Even better, drop some comments. Let me know. Would you have picked these bits up, broken, bits missing? What would you have paid? Would you pick it up, repair it, sell it on? What would you do? Leave some comments. Let me know. Anyway, guys, I'll catch you on the next video. I've been let loose on toys. Ka-ching.